In this video, we're going to have a look at the different parts of Meteor and how they work together. And the first thing you need to know about Meteor is that it runs on both the server and the client. By server, I mean the machine where we run our Meteor applications. So in the previous video, when we ran the Meteor command and started the Meteor server, our computer was the Meteor server. And client is usually the web browser where the user is using our application. It can also mean the mobile application if we create a mobile application using Meteor. But in our case, for now, it just means the browser. And of course, a big part of any application, especially web apps, is the database. Meteor uses MongoDB on the server. MongoDB is a NoSQL database. And if you're coming from a MySQL background or any relational database background, you'll find it quite different, but it's easy to get started with, and it works really nicely with Meteor, and I actually prefer NoSQL databases to relational databases. There is some work to get Meteor working with MySQL and PostgreSQL and other databases. They do have it planned in the future to be part of the core of Meteor, but for now they're just third-party packages, and I'd recommend sticking with MongoDB. On the client, Meteor also has its own database called MiniMongo. It's basically a simplified version of Mongo. It was built by Meteor, the Meteor group, and it has the same API as MongoDB, which is important because another benefit of Meteor, since it runs both on the server and the client, is that we can run most of our code in both environments. So we only need to write code once and it'll run both on the server and the client, including database stuff. Plus, Meteor works really nicely with these two databases because it keeps them in sync. So for example, if I insert something into MiniMongo, Meteor will automatically push it up to the server and insert it into the MongoDB. And the same thing happens in reverse. So if something gets inserted into MongoDB, Meteor will automatically push it down to the client and insert it into MiniMongo. And when MiniMongo changes, Meteor will automatically update our UI if something is using data from the MiniMongo database. So it's really powerful and really easy. Imagine we were building a chat application, and when I send a new message, the first thing I do is insert it into MiniMongo. Meteor will then send that message up to the server and insert it into the Mongo database there, and then push it down automatically to all the connected clients, and it'll pop up on their screen as a message. And we really don't need to do anything extra other than adding the message into the MiniMongo database. And then Meteor takes care of the rest, so it's super easy, super fast, and you really don't have to write much code at all. If you're building this with a PHP app, it'll probably take a few hundred lines. With Meteor, this is maybe 15, 20 lines max. So it's really simple and really nice. And to build our UI, we're going to be using something called Blaze. Blaze is a templating language built by Meteor, the Meteor group, and it was designed for Meteor and MiniMongo, so it works really well together with them. And it has some nice features such as reactivity, which means that when something in MiniMongo changes, Blaze will automatically update the UI for us to reflect the changes in the database. So for example, in our chat app, when the clients received a new message into the MiniMongo database, Blaze automatically updates the UI, so we don't even need to write any code for that to happen. So it's really nice, and it's really simple to get started with, so we're going to be looking at that in the next video. But I also wanted to mention that since version 1.2, Meteor officially supports React and AngularJS. React is a UI framework built by Facebook, and they use it on Facebook.com and Instagram. And AngularJS is a UI framework built by Google, which they use on some of their products. And actually, in our advanced tutorials, we'll be using React because it's more mature and has more features than Blaze, so it's better for larger apps. And well, it's different. Blaze is perfectly fine for most projects, but I prefer React because of the extra features it adds and the you get more control over it, basically. So on to our next video, where we're going to be learning about Blaze.